Welcome back to session 26 of Into the Unknown with GM Jeremy. And we've leveled up. We have been gone for a while because aside from myself, we all were affected by the hurricanes in the States recently. But everybody's back online now. Everybody's safe and healthy. So yeah.
Hello. Thank you for joining us on our next quest into the unknown. I am the Game Master, and we're going to go crazy. Just got back internet, man. Internet. Wow. I'm old.
What did we ever do before it?
I know. I'm old, so I know what it was like to do without it. But that would be watching TV or listening to the radio or going to the game club. Meeting in person and playing with real dice and miniatures and such. When I was younger, teenage, tween and stuff, we would go to my dad's shed and stay up all night, Friday or Saturday night, playing DND. Or
lanterns,
So we would make it work, but without internet and without power, my 12-year-old was driving us crazy. Anyhow, we're in the zombie chronicles of the Into the Unknown. Our characters took a fast travel back to base. What's that? RTB? Yeah, and we're hanging out. I think we're going to take a day's rest of training to level up to level 6. So half of the day, or a good portion of the day, is going to be spent doing that. What other one activity or two other small activities would your character like to do? I'm assuming, Banthor, maybe you would like to look at the book a little bit more, but if not, you could tell me something different. Kellum, I don't know if you're practicing on your drum there. Go ahead, Banthor.
Yeah, I'd like to take a look at the book more, just transcribe what I can.
Okay.
And
you want to go chronologically as best you can, or do you want to look for any certain thing? Do you want to think about that? Blah.
I want to look specifically for any clues on where we can find either a way to imbue the gem we have with the magic we need to complete that ritual in the crypt.
Mm-hmm.
Or just finding a stone that will work.
Got it.
Something like that.
Okay. Excuse me. Give me 2 Arcana rolls. And then if anybody knows what they're going to be doing, we'll get to that person here in a second as soon as we get some. There you go. All right. So you're not able to, find any information that deals directly with channeling your stone that you have and making it into what you need, or making it into anything, period. You do see where he has found other stones like that. And the Gemma market. Y'all went to the gym. Y'all went to Gem, and then there's Gemma, the other market that he went to. And he talks about a couple places that were there, places to look for stones. Well, places where he found some neutral stones, basically what you have found, but not a power stone that is what he's looking for. And we'll have you, at the end of the day, I'll give you the update on these second question. so that's basically you do your training in between. You're searching through the his manuscript there, his diary in a way, rantings of a mad dwarf before he succumbs and chains himself to the wall. But anyhow, and dies from his wounds. But let's see. Tell him I was messing about with your drums. You were about to say something.
I was. I guess.
No, go ahead.
I guess I'll be sparring with whoever will spar with me as I'm trying to hone my skills and getting the rhythm of my drums. I've mastered the bagpipes. Now it's time to master the drums.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I'll definitely help with that.
Okay.
When otherwise not dealing with that, if there's a semi-intact lock around, I'll... since that seems to be one of the thieves' things that I do not do well with. And do the I believe one of the versions of it is called Counting Coup. The sneak up on somebody and poke them. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Banthor, you have the best perception.
So every once in a while, Necra will try her best to sneak up on you, Banthor, and poke you. You have a... What is your... your passive is 16, so you will be, engrossed in whatever you're doing, so you won't, and stuff like that. So there's going to be a few times it looks like that Necra is going to be able to. Necra's got a +8 and has advantage.
I'm not going to be using the cloak for this.
I got you. Okay, all right. I was like, oh yeah, what did I give you again? Oh yeah, that's right. That shiny cloak. We also have other things hanging about, some other magical items. I guess well, that comes to you, Ashura.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to hold on, Necra? Do you want me to roll off screen, or do you want to roll about 3 or some odd stealth checks?
Oh, okay. I was just gonna.
Yeah,
I was happy with
just,
saying it's a. Oh, this kind of happened, and as part of the training.
It kind of happens. We'll get a 3 roll average and see how that goes.
Yeah, do it. Let's see if you can actually sneak up on them.
Ooh, 25. So Ashura, what would you be up to?
I'm looking at the rolls.
I know, right?
She got one perfect.
Okay. And that's what I was thinking. It'd probably be 2 out of 3, and such. So, 2 of the 3 times, Necra is able to sneak up on you. But once, she comes around a corner and you're like, huh? You just have to look up and, oh, hey, Necra, try again.
The first, I imagine it's the first time she gets it right, and and he's unaware, so he's more alert while he's doing it, and so he catches her the second time. He's like, gotcha, and then
I'm getting better
the
at
third
this.
time she waits and waits, and then pops out.
Yep. Yeah. She probably goes up to Kellum and says, "Here, take your short sword and your long sword and go ting, ting, ting. I'm going to go mess with Banthor."
I can see doing it too.
I know, right?
As far as Ashura, I can see with working with her level up, and since we discussed taking the spell, remove curse, I think she would be trying to kind of purify some of these tainted weapons.
Okay.
Oh yes, Kellum has
Oh,
that
yeah.
one, that long sword.
See, because I think that works when she's trying to practice. She's trying to see a way if she can do it.
Okay.
I think this is how she kind of figures out. Hey, she has this. Like you said that Banthor and her together could do a ritual, but she's kind of figuring that she can also tap into this on her own.
What level spell? That's a third level.
Third level, remove curse.
All right. And then how many slots do you have for that?
I have 3 third levels now.
All right. Well, let's pick 5 items, or yeah. Let's. What do you want to start with? And we'll pick 5 items. And where do you want to start?
All right. She'll start with
So how about this? The first 2 items are kind of a freebie. You're practicing, so we'll have have you make a roll basically on those 2. But then after that, you're using your spell slot basically.
Okay.
And such. So pick your first 2 you're trying on. So I wouldn't. Well, you could try on a one that's important, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try on that one. Oh, it didn't work. I'm gonna try on that one. Didn't work. Okay, go ahead and just use the spell slot. Or you can do it on something that's insignificant. I don't know exactly how your mentality is. I just go for it.
Yeah, she would practice on what's insignificant, like you're saying, first, to get the hang of it. So maybe the short sword we first found.
Okay, the short sword that you got from the skeleton. Got it.
Okay. What roll am I making?
What's Arcana? Yeah.
Am I allowed to use guidance? Asking beforehand.
Yeah. We'll do that. You can do that.
All right.
You're like, may the gods help me on this. Yeah. Alrighty, with a 25, you're able to remove that medium curse on it.
Oh, okay.
You can, without directly looking at it, with either detect magic and or identify, you don't know exactly what level of curse it has. So,
Right.
And by now, Banthor has got a kind of a feel for that. So he'll be able to go, it's got a little curse on it. It's got a medium size. You don't touch that.
Yeah, I think as she's working on it and stuff, she might bug Banthor a little bit for like a little help, little guidance to make sure she's on the right track.
Yeah. Even just spending 10 minutes for Banthor to do a ritual, detect magic, and go, okay, this is this, and this. If you put everything all together and go, okay, kind of thing.
Right.
So did y'all you didn't do an identify on that, but you knew that it was an enchanted weapon.
I did do an identify on that.
Okay. Okay. Was it just a
It was a +1.
Yeah.
Just +1. Yep. And then.
All right. Yeah, I see it here. Okay.
And then
I was like,
next.
Go ahead.
Okay. Next item. I'm trying to look to see what we have. I know there's a sword Kellum has.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Callum's
say
just
that-
kind of holding on to that sword until he feels, sees you like have your like aha moment that you got it figured out. Then he'll bring it over.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So I was just gonna wait on that. I believe we have an axe. An axe.
Yes. Yes. And you did identify it,
Okay.
right?
Yes, I did.
Um, that's the Beastmasters.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that one next.
Okay.
Oh,
Beast Hunter. Yeah, the Beast Hunters. There we go. Here we go. Yeah. Wow. These notes are way back. Woo. Oh well. Yeah. Okay. There was a couple of. All right. Okay. It has a medium-sized curse on it.
All right. So this one, she's trying a little harder on it, and I think she killed it. 26.
All right. Okay. So you remove the curse on it. So the Beast Hunter is a +2 and does critical hits to Beast.
All right.
And I will be making that right now.
Okay. And that's a battle axe? Wait, what type of axe is that? I believe it was
That's a two-handed axe.
a two-handed, so a great axe?
Great axe. Yes, there we go.
All right, so great axe, D12. All right, good.
Nasty. Let's see, where is it? Create magic item. There we go. All right, and antimatter rifle. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Let's see. There's a helm.
A helm? Oh, yes, the helm. I don't think I identified that one.
You did not.
Okay. Let's see. All right, since we're taking this day, I can identify, and if I use my split twin, I can identify two items. So,
Gotcha. Okay. Do you have two items to identify? Have you identified the longsword?
no, I haven't identified the longsword.
Right.
I believe we did a check on it, knew it was magical and cursed, but I didn't identify it straight.
Right.
Just slight enchantment and cursed small.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can do the helm and the sword. I believe I also found a belt, which was also the
that's right.
Beastmaster belt.
Oh, that's weird. I know I gave you the belt, and I'm looking at all the other magical items, and they're not. It's not on here. Did it say it was a Beastmaster's belt? I don't remember saying that particularly, so I can't remember. What do you have written down?
I'm going through my notes.
Yeah, because I didn't think it was something like that.
Let's see. Gold and way back.
Yeah. Gotcha.
One of the earlier
I don't
items.
think you identified it, so I don't think I said that was that. So, but yeah, there's the belt, the helm, and then Kellum's longsword.
Okay.
We get some bear armor at some point.
Hey,
Come
you say
again?
Didn't we
say
get some bear armor
bear armor?
from that? Didn't we get armor from that bear? That like zombie bear?
Yes. But it's not. It's cursed, but it's not like I don't think it's enchanted per se.
Like hide armor? Somewhere?
No. The bear itself had armor.
Oh, like barding for animals?
Barding. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, right. It was what do you call it? A saddle?
Yeah, it was barding and saddle. And such.
Okay.
So if you want to identify the longsword and the helm, is or the belt.
Let's see. Helm. Yeah, I got helm written down. Here it is. Enchanted. Batman. Necrotic.
And the helm has a medium level curse on it. The belt has a medium level curse on it.
Real sight out to 15. No, I did identify the helm. Cause
Oh, you did? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I got it
written. Right. So those two things I need to make. So now that you can take the curse off of the helm and you could use it.
Mm-hmm. +2 battle. Oh, there's the +2 battle axe. Yeah, I had to go back far to look for these things.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, wow. Looking at my notes, I'm like, geez, that's a far off. All right.
Yep. Always does critical damage against. Yep, that's the +2 battle axe. Okay. I'm still trying to look for where the belt is.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, so you're not seeing a belt? Or
Yeah, the only notes
Alright.
I have is just belt, enchanted, and cursed.
right.
Yeah, I don't think I identified the belt. Okay, I think it was the helm and the axe I identified.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, so yeah, I can do the belt and the sword.
Okay. The longsword is a +1 longsword. Standard.
Okay.
Has a small curse on it. The belt is. Hold on, let me get the exact name out of that. Where browse that. Sorry, give me a second. Okay. Okay, so it is the so it's the belt of dwarven kind.
Okay.
Useful, potentially.
Very, yes. I remember if it was called that or not. Dwarf belt. Okay. Does need to be attuned to and has a medium curse on it.
Okay.
Which items? So you want to remove curse from Callum's sword?
Do we know what the curse is yet?
I could tell you if Banthor, give me a Arcana check. Where is it? Where is it? Where are my notes? Where'd they go? Oh, I lost that tab somewhere. Oh, there it is. Golly. All right. What'd you get there, Banthor?
Got a 10. Am I able to guidance?
Sure.
Can I give him help? We're both looking at this.
Yeah, you could do that. That'll be fine.
Okay. Okay, so you can roll it again.
So I got 10 both times, and that's plus 3. So 13.
That's awesome. No, that's not it. That's not it. Page. Oh, that's right. I had to go back. There we go. All right, sorry. The curse on the longsword is it gives a dim glow.
Dim glow?
A dim glow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like constantly glowing dimly.
Correct. Right.
Right.
So it's basically a not very strong fairy fire when used.
Well,
Yeah, I
more
mean,
like,
basically, you can't do anything stealthy while using this.
it's a nightlight. An unwanted nightlight.
Yeah. Okay. Kellum will ask that you remove the curse so he can use this sword. It's better than what he has currently. He was hoping for a more interesting curse.
Yeah. I understand. But that one in particular had a dim glow on it, so.
So when they're done with it, it's just a +1 longsword.
Correct.
All right.
Nothing special, so you can just grab it out of the ether.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's going through this and kind of purifying, removing the curse of these items and like handing them off to, whoever would use them. Like gets the short sword from Necra, to start with, and she's like, "Oh, I got it," and then goes back and like, "You can now use this."
Okay.
With no worries.
So what was the curse on it if...
On the short sword?
Mm-hmm.
This was funny. Every time you pulled it out, you'd sneeze.
Oh, so immediate negative to stealth for that round.
Yeah.
That would definitely give you away. In the land of dead things that don't sneeze, because they don't breathe.
A lot of them are kind of silly. The low-level ones are a lot kind of silly like that, They glow like a glow stick, basically. Yeah, dim glow. Makes you sneeze. There's another one. random laugh. They're 5% random laugh. Stuff like that. The medium ones are kind of quirky and things like that. The low level ones, excuse me. The medium ones actually get into. Really? Okay. So don't even ask about the major curses. Minor, moderate, and major. So the major ones I've got a lot more of those, and they're nasty. Like life drain, lose 1d8 hit points per day while wielding the item. And those are going to be things like you're attuned to, So.
Which one did the helm had?
It has a medium, moderate curse on it. Yeah. So, is it a tunable item? It is a 20% chance per encounter that the individual becomes confused for 1 minute.
Oh, yeah. That wouldn't have been good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So let's get back on track a little bit. We've taken the curse off the long sword and identified that Kellum has it. Taken the curse off the short sword. Has that been identified?
Yes.
Okay. And
plus one short sword.
And does Necro have that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Right. We've identified the beast killer battle axe. And have we removed the curse on that?
Yes.
Okay.
That was the second one I rolled on.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Great. And then you spin a spell slot for the short sword.
The short sword was the first one. The axe was the second one. Spell slot on the long sword and the helm.
All right.
And the belt would be the third.
And the belt. Okay. All right. And we just need to identify the belt.
Which we did. You said it was the dwarven belt of dwarven kind.
Right. Okay. And that's it, right?
Right. I think that's all we have so far.
Yeah. Okay. There is a small curse on the barding. 10% chance that it will misfunction.
Mm-hmm.
So during an encounter has a 10% chance that it will misfunction. The barding is slightly enchanted. Basically, it just keeps it from rusting or decaying.
Gotcha.
So that's the only reason it's viable, and it is chainmail barding.
Uh-huh. Okay, but that one would still have the curse on it.
And it needs very small. And yes, it does need a little bit of repair. From your question earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, and now you called it a battle axe, but you said it's a great axe.
It's a great axe. I'm sorry. Beast killer. Yeah, great axe.
All right, so great axe, D12, plus 2 D12. Pretty much, Kellum is the strength. He'd probably be the only one to wield it. So.
Great axe.
Plus 2 great axe.
Oh, a plus 2.
Yeah,
great axe.
I'm gonna make this. I'm currently doing that, but you can look at a great axe just in general, and then in a moment here I'll have this. But
Right. Well, so knowing that, let's see, during downtime, I can swap 3 tool or skill proficiencies.
Okay.
So, if we
Yeah.
need
Do y'all want to talk about
prepared-
a little bit? Do y'all want to talk a little bit about what new thing you might have that can be, helpful or whatever, or like, or just say, I'm practicing this, and stuff. So
Right.
while I'm making this beast killer, y'all can talk about that real quick.
I mean, well, it's obvious what Asha's doing. She's pure. She's removing these curses, these tainted curses. He's like, she would probably have started off like, I think I can remove these curses. I think, give me some time, which is when she'll like start asking for items that certain people are holding on to, and it's taking the time to work it out and success all the way down the line.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh. And you may or may not see with Necra a spirit just show up and like, hey, this is how you do this. And for like, yeah.
Necro
So,
sees
yeah,
dead people.
Hey, look over the cliff. 1, 2, 3 little corpses. 4 little, 5 little, 6 little corpses. Yeah. And also, now my sneak attack's even nastier than it was before. Because now I hit one person, and then within 30 feet, another one gets hit.
And wailed of the grave.
Eh.
Love that.
Yeah, unfortunately, only hits one other person.
Yeah, that's. Oh. You
Okay.
can also access
I
the
made the.
stream.
I'm sorry. I made the beast killer battle axe, so that's available.
Like I said, probably Kellum's because it is a straight martial strength weapon. So.
Unless somebody else wants it, Kellen will just carry it around on his back for the time being.
I can't use it. So.
Let's see. It is a two-handed weapon, I believe.
Yeah.
That's why it's going on the back for the time being.
Obviously, since it crits against bees, or if you just need to do a lot of damage quickly,
Yeah.
take out the heavy hitter.
I was like, all right, you've made me mad.
Yeah, because and of course, if you were fighting any beast or anything, it definitely would come in handy and stuff. So.
Yeah.
What does the dwarven belt do again?
Belt of
Number of
Dwarven
things.
kind. Yeah, that's probably another Kellum, but it could go anywhere. Constitution +2. You get a charisma bonus when dealing with dwarves. In addition to, when attuned to the belt, you have 50% chance each day of growing a beard. But hey, that's whatever. If you aren't a dwarf, you gain the following additional benefits: advantage on saving throws against poison, and you have resistance against poison damage. Dark vision at a range of 60, and you can speak, read, and write Dwarvish.
And you said that it adds to Constitution?
Your Constitution score increases by 2 to a maximum of 20. So really, it's good for that. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, if no one else,
might have to rock paper scissors over that one.
Mm,
who's looking at this build? Should I say? Because the Constitution boost would help everybody.
yeah.
yeah.
So before we get to that, there's the Helm of True Sight.
I actually would recommend one of the dedicated casters get that, just in case of need.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say anything, but I just love anything that gives me true sight. So,
Mm.
Is there a item, or do I need to create that?
an item that can.
It exists, but
There's not a helm of truth. Helm of truth. There is a gem of truth seeing. A gem of truth seeing.
Gem of
rare
Seeing.
gem of seeing. Yeah.
Let's see.
Which gives you true sight for like 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
What's True
Okay.
Sight do?
So that's basically a True Sight. If
True
you have True
sight.
Sight, I'll read it here. If you have True Sight, your vision is enhanced within the range. Within range, your vision pierces through the following: darkness, invisibility, visual illusions, transformations, and you can see into the ethereal plane. I'm not going to go to the ethereal plane unless there's something in the ethereal plane. But something that you'd have to like focus on that basically. But we're going to pull that off really. But you can see in normal darkness and magical darkness. You can see invisible creatures and objects that have the invisibility condition. Visual illusions appear transparent to you, and you automatically succeed on saving throws against them. And you can discern the true form of any creature or object you see that has been transformed by magic. Yeah.
well,
If nobody else wants it,
four of them.
Callum's
If
not
we
going
had
to
four
fight
of them,
over it.
So you have what we'll do is we'll just use the Gem of Seeing and use its mechanics for this helm. So it requires attunement. It's a rare item. Has 3 charges. It gives you true sight to 120 feet for 10 minutes per charge. So I mean, hey. So it has to be something that you think about and use and such. But it's 10 minutes. So that definitely will help during any combat. If we're doing combat for more than 10 minutes, oh my god.
If
Yeah,
we're
like
doing
10,
combat for more than 600 rounds, something
Yeah.
has gone wrong.
Something is definitely wrong.
Mhm.
Yeah. Though it could go from one battle to the next if situations allowed it. So there's that. Or you could start it in a battle and like, oh, I got a couple minutes left. Do I see anything? There's that. So we have the helm and the belt. The chainmail barding can be used. It's just going to be lesser AC. Vanthor, if you're thinking about that. Until it's fixed, at least. And it'll just take a day or so to fix that. So I think that's all the items. Y'all just need to figure out who's going to do the, Gem of Seeing or Helm of True Sight, whatever, doesn't matter. I guess it's different than what I have written down here for the 15 feet. So you can, yeah, I kind of like but it does give it to 120 feet. So yeah, we'll do the Gem of Seeing as a because it's a standard magical item. It is rare. Giving the Helm of True Sight, you wouldn't be able to see outside of the darkness circle because it's only 15 feet. So you'd be able to see your immediate area in darkness. I think the Gem of Seeing has a lot more range.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The 120 feet, I think, is a lot better than just the 15 feet. But with the 15 feet, it works all the time, basically.
Right. It's like, as long as you're attuned to it, you have permanent true sight.
Right.
But
Right.
the gem
But it's
is
only up to 15 feet. Yeah, it's only up to 15 feet. But the Gem of Seeing has 3 charges that last for 10 minutes, and your vision is 120 feet on that. Either way, whoever wants those, I will. How about this? Y'all figure out who. I don't know. I don't know if it's easier to figure out who wants it and then decide which one you're going to use, or if I'm just say, let's just use the Gem of Seeing, and then y'all figure out who wants to use it.
Well, let's see. I'm
gonna go get some water real quick, and I will come back. Y'all can chat if you'd like about that, and I will be back.
Honestly, the only thing about it that interests me is the seeing through the darkness that I create. Otherwise, it's not really for Kellum.
Yeah.
I just like true sight. I like all the effects it gives.
Yes, but it barely does anything for Ashura. Well, illusions, transformations in the ethereal, otherwise you have all of it.
Sure. But if I had that, then I could change
Invocation, yes.
To something else.
True.
Something else useful.
Granted, also.
I'm sorry.
Well, granted, it would also potentially give a second person the ability to see Necra sneaking around in darkness, so.
That's true too.
Yeah, I could potentially expend a charge and then shapeshift into a creature that doesn't have dark vision. And it could persist for that 10 minutes while I'm able to use different forms and still see in the dark. That's the use that I can get out of it.
Well,
true.
And we could all use the Constitution bump.
The Constitution bump is good. For obvious reason, bumps up health points and stuff. I will say the extra benefit of being the main caster, or one of the main casters, will help me with my concentrations.
Well, yeah, the Constitution bump's good for everybody, so. Yeah.
And good herb.
Mm.
Just the added effect of helping with my concentration or maintaining concentrations. considering I'm getting up to those bigger spells where I will be needing concentration. All right. So who? Okay, come wait. Taking Ashura out of the helm because you know it would probably be good to have someone else who could see the Necra. Kellum or Banthor, and I think Banthor's right. Him being able to shapeshift and some of the things he shapeshift doesn't automatically get dark vision. But if Kellum had to throw up darkness while frontlining, it would help him be able to see. Which would give him an advantage. Depending on what foe we're going against.
My ultimate goal with that darkness is nothing else can see except me, so I just go around like slice, 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 slice.
Well, you do have the option of just picking up Devil Sight as well.
You will. Eventually, you can get Devil Sight whenever you level up your Warlock and change your invocations.
What do you know? What level that is for Warlock?
Second.
Okay.
Like you
That's
already
when
have
you
him,
can
but
first get it. You can change it every time you level up Warlock.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not worried about this helmet. I mean, there's other features this helmet has that just are wasted on
Not
Kellum.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Banthor, I think probably.
all right. Helm to Banthor for now. We'll say.
All right.
And
That'll take long.
everybody pretty much wants the belt. I say.
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
It's,
No.
I can see each of us having use of it, but yeah.
Okay, so Kellum doesn't want the.
If you're speaking just strictly on a useful level, I mean, yeah, sure, everybody could use it, but Kellum just isn't really. He's not interested.
He's not interested. Okay. But I am. Is anybody else actually interested in the belt?
We read
useful,
Dwarvish
not
and-
really.
Oh, what was that, Bethel?
I can already read Dwarvish, and I'm terrified that if I grow a quote unquote beard, it's just going to be a soul patch, and I'm going to hate it. So I don't need the belt.
Yeah,
I
that
mean-
is also a thing is
The beard is the downs.
Yeah. Kellum's like a drow with a beard. Here you go,
Actually-
Ashura.
funny thing is, outside of very specific individuals, elves can't grow beards.
Yeah, but if it's a magical beard from a belt,
Right.
Yeah.
I think it does say only if you're capable of growing a beard that you'll grow a beard.
Yes.
oh, does it? Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you're. Oh, well, then I'm safe. Cool.
I don't know if did it say that? Wow. Huh.
Yeah, it does.
Hmm.
Of course, if you already have a beard, it just gets bushier and thicker.
Yes, I certainly wouldn't mind it for the con boost.
And poison is usually a pain in the butt.
Oh yeah, that definitely too.
How would you know that poison's a pain in the butt, Necra?
The hand goes to a pouch. I know. Sourcing your own poisons can be as well, can be worse than using it, so... And in Primordial, stupid toad.
So, during the day, the town does seem a little bit more active. Not as active as they were when they were searching for you, but you can kind of tell from your distance that, every once in a while you take a break or look, and you can just hear the city has the noise of a town, and stuff. You hear as if there are, excuse me, I was drinking Dr. Pepper. Oh, there we go. My apologies. No, stopping me. You hear, there you go, just the bustle of a city. People moving around and talking, as if they were moving around and talking. Not loud, because you are a distance, and it's not like the city is awake or anything. But you do hear, where the day before was quiet outside of when it wasn't. There seems to be a buzz about the town of Dergrond. I'm going to try to pronounce the name here. Dergrond Tanal. There we go. The new ground. That's the name of the old city. And there's no particular place that seems to be more active than the other. It just seems like there's just a general buzz about the city. It dies down, towards the evening, and then a different buzz happens, at that time. Nightfall comes, and there's more where you don't see before. It seems like you can see little lights every once in a while moving around the town, as if somebody is a couple different somebody's parties, shall we say, are moving about the city, up and down the streets. After a while, that's fading. After a while, that fades and stops. Banthor, near sundown, and getting into the evening, you find a location on the map that has a possible location for a stone. He wasn't able to get the stone or put his hands on it. Our dwarven friend, but he writes about it a little bit. Let me look at something real quick. Come on. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Talks about a powerful merchant / gang leader, and her name is Mo Rin, and her lieutenant is Johnny O. And she has a large group of skeletons that do her bidding. And she is reported to have a dagger that has a stone of one of the lightning, stone of lightning attuned. And either one of the stones, either lightning or destruction, will be able to use on the for the ritual. They have two different effects. I don't know if y'all remember. The lightning would call a celestial creature to help kill the vampire, and the destruction would transform a person into a celestial creature. Effectively making them an NPC, but yeah, but they would be a force of destruction and such. So that could be, lead, and just like the other one that you call and give it a commandment. Is basically this would turn a person into a celestial being. You give them a commandment, and then they go away. So I think we're looking more for a lightning call to the gods.
We're not trying to lose somebody.
Right. Though we do know that the stone that y'all were sent for here now is a stone of destruction. And that is that is in the city capitol building. And is most likely being used by the Wraith Queen.
If we can get our hands on it to stop them from using it, that's one thing.
Right, of course. So you do have some information about where you can find a lightning stone. He said that she had too many members, and they were crazy. But you do have a location to find her, and her establishment is in the Gemma market. So on the map, give me a second, because I was on a different map. Yeah, there. Yeah. Y'all were currently in the. Yep. I'm sorry?
I just relay that info to the party.
Okay. And then y'all were before in the gem market earlier, but y'all are now home. Okay. Or TV. So that's the other piece of information that you were able to gather. So Gemma has a couple areas that you could look for, stones that he did not recover, and this lightning stone that he knows this Morin is keeping. Yeah, Morin. There we go. So those are pretty much the only clues that you have for the day. The Gemma market seems to be where you're getting most of your hits on information of where there's stones, and then here's a particular stone that y'all can use. It's just been guarded by this sorceress, necromancer, with her lieutenant and her crazy skeletons. A bunch of crazy skeletons.
Okay. So it looks like we need to hit up the market.
So that's pretty much your first day, that day, and kind of what transpires in the city itself. Of course, you could take a long rest. So that actually you could take 2 long rests if need be, and y'all can talk about what you want to do, and then we can, go from there after your second long rest. Let's see. Currently, all all your clues to kind of lead to the Gemma market, but you can go anywhere you'd like.
Well, I say once we're all ready, let's go to the nearest portal and make our way to the Gemma market. The quicker we can get the tools we need to deal with this vampire, the quicker we can move on.
I would agree with
I agree.
that.
Kellum will strap his new shiny +1 sword to his waist, putting his old one into the offload pouch he's got here at our operations base here, and he'll make sure that the big old great axe is strapped to his back in an easy way for him to pull it off in case he needs it, and he'll start walking down towards the portal.
I imagine we're like all gearing up with the new like uncursed cubes now. It's just
Let's
like
see.
let's take
Scimitar
these
to one
toys
side,
for
another
us.
scimitar to the other side, short sword strapped across the back.
Do we decurse the helmet?
Yes,
Yes.
we decurse the helmet. So
The
it
only
is-
thing,
you can add a gem of seeing to your cell.
Based on how the
And,
gem of seeing looks, can this please be a monocle instead?
Well, yeah.
Oh man, the
And
disciple
will I be able
mentor.
to use this in shape-shift form?
Well, actually, it's a helm. The aesthetic of it is it's a helm that this dwarf had. So it kind of looks more like a battle helm than anything.
It
Yeah,
could
like-
be a helm with a half visor.
Yeah.
So that,
I'm good with that.
so that
I can make that work.
All right.
But really, what I'm asking is, you say a command word, which I couldn't do in animal form. So if you say it before I transform, does the effect persist when I
Yes.
yes.
transform? Okay, that's all
Yeah.
I wanted to know.
Okay.
you activate it beforehand, and then you'd have that
And
10
like I
minutes.
said, it
10
lasts for
minutes.
10 minutes. So 10 minutes.
And you got 3 charges, so you got
Did
30
I have-
minutes for one day.
And did I have time to attune to it during that whole?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And Ashura, since no one else has said anything, has attuned to the belt. So,
Okay.
which is good because that kicked up my hit points. I now have a 16 in con, so it's great.
Yeah, that's good. That helps out with concentration spells.
Con save went up. Yep, it's great.
Yeah, and it is kind of funny the squishy one has the highest constitution.
Well, and needed again, spellcaster here, gonna need those con saves. So. And more hit
So,
points never
you
hurts the squishy.
Yeah. Our let's see, 1, 2, 3. So it takes about an hour and a half of a kind of like a straight march to get into the city. You're going to use. I didn't have the timing right earlier. When we first made this. So each block takes about a half an hour or so to traverse that length. And such. So there's roughly 3 blocks or so between us and the outskirts of town, or 1, 2, where Maria is. So just walking will take about an hour and a half. The first little block there isn't very populated. You can probably get by very easily. And then if you wanted to pop without trace, you could do that for the last hour and get into get over to Maria without any difficulties.
Yeah.
Well, or slow ups or hang ups or anything like that.
Okay. Oh,
Or it would just take longer to get there without running into any conflicts.
Yeah.
Or you could just say, well, we're going to move there, and we're just going to cut down the few zombies or skeletons or the... we haven't really run into any of the wraiths yet that have attacked us. So that could be an issue, but during the daylight, it's not so much of an issue.
Okay.
So 1.5 hours using the spell, or 2 to 3 hours stealth, and or 1.5 hours and just dealing with whatever shows up. And we'll just, I'm not going to stop us and like go through combat and blah, blah, blah. I'll just say, we had to slow down and take care of this, slow down, take care of that. It may or may not have any consequences. So just giving you all 3 options there, or at least the 3 options I see. It's kind of up to Mantor if he wants to use the spell slot. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I have no,
Yes.
I have no problem using the spell, but if y'all want to test your gear out, we can just hoof it there without it.
Yeah.
Basically wade through.
I think there's a possibility we could just walk and not be bothered. We did that over by, what was it, Lodock?
Mm-hmm.
As long as we don't interfere with what they're doing, we just walk.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just take a. How do you want to, like, if something's in your way, do you want to walk through it or kind of walk around it, give it some room, a lot of room?
I think we should still give things a wide berth.
Yeah, I'd still give things a wide berth.
Not
okay.
not test the waters. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
so let's
don't
say
go any
it
closer
takes-
than we did at Lodock.
Yeah, I got you. Not get anybody's, obvious range, kind of thing, stuff like that. Okay. So you give people, creatures some wide berth. Mostly it's a bunch of single creatures, skeletons, and some zombies. You did notice a wraith, but they were far off in the distance. As you do get closer to the town, there's a large group of zombies kind of milling about and such. They, when I say large, 7 or so. Let's say that's a gathering of zombies, not a large. So a gathering of zombies has, started milling together and such. You can, deal with them, or you can, just give them birth and such. It'll push you off a little bit, 15 minutes, but nothing, and such. If we cut them down, you can cut them down. It'd be pretty easy to take them on at range until they get up to you and such. So by the time they got to you, they'd be pretty weakened or, almost dead and such. So you got enough range before they'd take 3 or 4 rounds to get to you, kind of thing. So
We don't want to start a ruckus.
Yeah. And so we'd probably give them a wide berth and keep going.
Okay. So you give them a wide berth and keep going. It takes you about 2 hours and a quarter to get to Maria without causing a stir or a ruckus and such. Probably worth the spell slot in time for the hour almost. So you start off at dawn. and it's somewhere in the 8:30, 9 o'clock, kind of range when you get to the shop that had the Maria shadow portal outside. You do have the vibrations of Jim and the low and the high dock. Those vibrations, you're like, oh, okay, mostly Banthor, because he did most of the investigation with that, if I remember correctly.
I did too.
Gotcha. Okay. So, y'all two kind of have a little bit more familiarity with those, the high dock, low dock, and the gym portal, as well as everybody's kind of gotten a good feel for Maria. Banthor, I believe you no longer need to make a Constitution saving throw. And I think everybody else has been assimilated to the feel of it already.
Okay.
When you get to the edge of town and start making your way on the cobblestones up to the market area, and you know that Maria is off to is near the edge, and maybe another 120 feet around the bend here. You notice that there are more skeletons kind of shambling around. Not really with any purpose, but you could tell that, from the other day to now, there's more activity. Depending on what this activity, their perception of you can, make transversing somewhat difficult without, getting into a confrontation. That's if they, get into a confrontation with you. Not saying they will, not saying they won't. But there's more activity. It'll take you a little bit more time if you're trying to be stealthy about it.
All right.
Won't really affect much here. It's more to let you know that there's more going on and such.
All right. Higher activity.
Yeah.
All right.
And just to mention, I did, before we took on, Astra did cast her spell, the one that takes 10 minutes. Invoke the Amaranthine.
Oh,
No,
is that the dice?
Yeah. And I
Okay.
rolled my two.
You want to go ahead and roll those then?
Yeah. Let me see. Oh, where'd my sheet go? Oh, it's right. Need to go back to the dice thing.
Any other prep for anybody else?
Yeah, during the trip to Maria, I pretty much just let everybody know that I have the telepathic feat.
Oh,
So I
nice.
pretty much communicate with everyone telepathically. The first time I do it is on Necra to mess with her for poking me. I try to pretend I'm her conscience. Ooh, you shouldn't poke Banthor.
That's awesome.
A 14 and an 11.
All right.
And of course, the response of, "Huh, that's a new voice. I think you're
I
number
do wanna mention-
5."
I do want to mention I have a -1 in deception, so just FYI.
Yeah, just like, new voice? Hey, I didn't have a conscience before.
Are you saying this out loud or to yourself?
Well, actually,
Because,
this is a two-way communication thing, right?
It's
No,
one way.
It's
You
only
can't
one
get
way.
Right, sorry. So kind of like...
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
sure,
assuming
say
it
it out
might be a
loud.
two-way. Okay. What's the
Well-
range on that? And do you need to see them?
Let me. Where's that
I
feed?
believe it's 30 feet.
Oh, 60.
Oh, 60? Oh, okay.
Any creature you see within 60 feet of you.
Okay, you do have to see them. Okay.
See, 60 feet. It's one way. And that gives you Detect Thoughts as a spell.
That's nice. Is Detect Thoughts, it's not a AoE, it's more of a specific, you have to look at the individual?
You don't have to look at them. It's a 30-foot radius.
Oh, so you can detect that there are thoughts.
Yeah, you can use it to
Okay.
detect like hidden creatures. If someone's hiding, you can detect thoughts if you get within that 30-foot
Well,
radius.
that's a nasty combo with the helm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Then
So
you
you
can
Oh, there's
focus.
somebody.
your mind on any creature you see within 30 feet.
Yeah, you can focus on that one. Once you detect a thought, you get the surface thoughts. Then you can go deeper, which gives the save and all that. Or you can
Okay.
jump from thought, like conscious to conscious, basically.
Trying to do a Z there. Mhm.
Wish we could get that going. But yeah, so I
Well,
did
not
say
the
that.
Z net so much, but
That's
the Inquisitor part of the Z.
right. Like, yeah, let's get the surface thoughts, but that involves the save to go deeper, and then they can make a check afterwards if you keep probing to push you out.
But yeah, so I did say that out loud, and then, of course, as I'm doing this, kind of tug on the cloak and shift so they look like one of the shambling undead,
Okay.
and actually kind of go wandering up to or try to start wandering towards one of the larger knots of the skeletons.
Okay.
Just trying to see what's there.
Got it. So you move up to the skeletons, away from the group. Move away from the party, and move up to a group of skeletons. At first glance, they don't really seem to be doing anything, just kind of wandering up the road. They're moving slow and seemingly without purpose. But then after you get closer and it kind of see them for a longer period of time, this particular group, they are slowly moving around, somewhat without purpose, but they are looking in buildings. You see them look in a building for a while, and then 3-7 seconds, depending on the moment, and then kind of continue moving off, shambling around. Maybe another minute later, that same skeleton will look up in another building for a few moments, and then just kind of keep moving and such. So they're paying attention to what's going on inside of buildings, but they're not like methodically doing it. They're just kind of moving around at their amble pace, and when they get a gumption, looking up into the building and seeing what's going on.
Alright.
With this, you kind of can now see that even individuals and stuff like that, creatures are doing the same thing. They're
Okay.
moving around like random ants, but every once in a while they'll pay attention to what's going on inside the buildings and keep moving on.
Alright. After I get the info, kind of shamble back. Like.
Okay.
Yeah. I've done my scouting. And once I get close enough, and be like, they're actually paying better attention now. And how long does that stupid spell last? Oh,
Which stupid spell is that?
disguise self.
Oh,
Like an hour?
It's an
Yeah.
hour.
So yeah, I'll just leave it alone.
So Necroskull walks up to y'all and says, "Yeah, they're looking around, paying more attention." It's kind of off-putting to look at Necro like this, but it's not too bad.
Well, I say we keep our heads on a swivel and let's avoid, if we can, let's avoid any conflict. Let's focus on what we're looking for.
Using Necra somewhat as a distraction, the group darts from building to building until you get to Maria. There is a obvious lack of activity here. Like this 75 feet around Maria, there's nobody.
Strange.
Very.
That's kind
Callum-
of off-putting.
Draws his sword and dagger.
All right.
Yeah, definitely want to stay more on alert now. Definitely going more cautious.
As you cautiously move up to Maria, keeping your eyes peeled, checking your six, all that good. Nothing, seems to happen. You, get 30 feet, 20 feet, 10 feet. And you're standing there, and Maria is active. You haven't seen her unactive, but that may come to be. From Banthor, from your notes, the dwarf rogue did say that a rogue dwarf, whatever, did say that Maria was more active than the other, most of the other shadow portals. What would you like to do?
We're heading. Wait, are we in gym? Are we in gym? Or we haven't.
No, you're
We're
at the
in Maria.
Oh, we're at the port. Yeah,
yes. So you're at the edge of town, south edge of town, a poor merchant district, and this is where the Maria shadow portal is, and it's basically one of the gates that leads into the other portals.
Right. Okay, so let's check Maria. It is active. So
Yeah.
We'll kind of check it can we tell if anyone's recently used it? Do we get that vibe or?
You can't really tell. You don't have enough experience with the portals
Okay.
to see,
Yeah.
how active or inactive, things like that. Just by a glance, or even studying it and so forth. So it's something that you can develop.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, looks at everyone else. Ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's actually kind of funny. If I was another ranger, I probably could tell all the crap.
The one time that ranger class would come in handy.
Yes.
So, Ashtra, you put your hand in to check the vibrations, or to step
Yeah.
in, or how you want
I think she check first, stick a hand in, check the vibrations. If everything's good, then she'll look at everybody ready. Let's go.
it. You put your hand in to check for the vibrations that are there, and just a general, haven't done this very often, just and almost immediately after putting your hand in, you hear a wail you've heard before from the Wraith Queen. Off in the middle of the city, you hear a high-pitched wail that radiates throughout the whole town. Activity abounds around you as you hear shuffling from all the buildings, not directly around you, not within this 75-foot or so area, but outside of that, you can hear movement and the click-clack of skeletal feet.
And Ashura curses. Shh! They freaking put an alarm on the portals. All right, let's go. Everybody in.
Tenebrae.
Give me an Arcana.
Okay. Arcana.
There are 3 other active portals. One going far to the north, and one going near the center of town, and then one going off to the right, but it doesn't feel like it's going all the way to the docks. And all 3 of these vibrations are different from the vibrations that you felt before. So you know that it is not the gem market. It is not the high dock or the low dock, and of course it's not Maria. So you have 3 other portals, one going far to the north, one going towards the center of town, and then one going to the east of town, but not all the way to the docks.
All right.
If you had a guess, the one in the center would probably get you at or near Gemma.
Right. That's what she was thinking. That's what I was trying to ask. I was like,
Yeah.
So she'd probably
Yeah.
she'd focus on that center one and be like, all right, everybody, we're going to the center of town. Let's go.
Good. There'll be nowhere for them to run.
Alrighty. So do you get in the portal and go?
Yep.
All right.
Sure.
Okay. The 4 of you enter the portal and are whisked away, and mere moments, or well, what feels for mere moments for you. But give me it's been at least an hour If you want a more precise, you can give me a survival.
Cal was more worried about, since there was a trap on the portal to indicate when we were using it. Perhaps they know where we're coming out at, so he's coming out, weapons at the ready to just rumble with whatever's there.
Gotcha.
And
With your
22.
survival of 22, it's been about an hour and a half. So it's about noon.
Okay.
You pop out on the other side of the portal, in the what you would probably consider the Gemma market. It looks very similar to Gem. Excuse me. There's about 2 different distinct styles of buildings here. You're right outside of a building, not on the main road, like right off the main road, a block in. And there are some merchant buildings here, mostly of elven construction. You do see some dwarven constructions, but they're a little bit farther off from where you are. The notes you have, Banthor, is that the place that you're looking for has a sigil on the outside of 2 interesting looking long swords, swords that you've never kind of really seen before. They're very thin. Basically, they're katanas, and has a skull with 2 8s on it. And this is the merchant or thieves guild that you're looking for. There is a lot of activity on the main roads. So about 100 feet or so from you, you can see the main road, and you're always seeing activity, movement on that road. On the side roads, you're not seeing as much, and where you're at is kind of like a little alley in between some shops. Give me another survival, everybody, or anybody who wants to try to. You don't know exactly where you're at. You're not inside of a building, so trying to find this portal again might be an issue unless you take, some, some means of, okay, we were somewhere around here and stuff. It may be a little difficult because the sun is, almost straight in the air. So it's, you're like, oh, are we east, west, blah. So, all right.
And I pull out the map that I've been making of town.
Okay.
And neat. And
go ahead and give me a survival, and as well, Necra.
I've got dirty 20.
Yeah, both Necra and Kellum got dirty 20.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. I wasn't looking at that. I was looking at other things. Okay. Good. All right. Kellum, you look about and pull out your swords and step away a little bit from the portal, looking around to see what your environment looks like. You got a good clue of what these buildings are, and you can see, a couple things that will help you remember, what this alleyway is going to look like. And Necra, you start making a couple jots, and you're on your map, and with your form, because it was just a few instances, the hour and a half doesn't affect you. So for you, it was just a few instances, even though time has passed. So you still have your disguise up. So you can move out a little bit further and get like, okay, here's this street. It comes off the main street here, kind of thing. So you can go do a little bit of scouting and go up to the main street without too much, confusion. There we go. And get a good, good rough estimate of exactly what street you need to take and such. While you're doing that, give me a perception roll. And Kellum and the rest of you, do you want to move away from where you're at or stay there while Necra is kind of trying to, locate, some street map information?
I'll begin securing a perimeter type deal.
Okay. So you're in a narrow kind of alleyway between two buildings, and there's a road on each side. You could block off one side or, just like go near the end of one and kind of watch. What would you like to do? Or have, your companions block?
Yeah, I'll tap Banthor to go to one side, one end of the alleyway, and I'll go to the other.
Okay. You will have him go towards Necra or away from Necra?
Yeah, towards Necra.
So who's gonna keep the rear, basically?
I'm gonna stay near the portal to
Sounds good.
sense to kind of keep if anyone's coming behind us, from the portal.
All right. Got it. All right.
Yeah, and I'll take whichever side is not the rear at that point, since we're going into unknown territory now. So if Necra's going out into unknown area, I'll secure with him and have Banthor watch the other side, because it sounds like there's two ways into this alley we're in.
Correct. Necro is going towards the main road to kind of get her bearings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And then
Can I guidance Necro before she goes? No.
Sure.
Just tap her on the shoulder.
All right.
You get guidance. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll signal to Banthor to watch the other side, and I'll go with Necro to make sure nothing. I figure if there's a large force out there, it's at the main road. So
Right. I got
I'll
it.
be on that side.
So basically, I'll have you, move up to the edge of the alleyway, not far off, another building or so from the main road. That way you're not too close, but not too far away from anybody. And Banthor will move to the other far side of this little block, a little bit or all the way, and just kind of keep an eye, especially with his higher perception, on the rear, basically going farther into this net of buildings and such away from the main road. Can I get Sean, you gave me a perception roll that I asked for. Is that what the 19 is?
Yes.
Okay, good. With guidance.
Okay.
And
I can
then
do that in a second.
Yep. Kellum, do the same thing. Either give me a perception. I guess you're looking out and trying to. So give me a perception roll. Banthor, give me a perception roll, and then Ashura, give me a Arcana.
Got a 14.
Guidance was a D4 on top of.
Correct.
Okay. Okay.
All right. That's what I was looking for.
23.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Kellum, you don't really... you see a few skeletons here and there. moving through your area. Nothing seems to be threatening Necra at all. And you're able to see and notice any, skeletons or zombies coming towards you, and give you enough time to, tuck away. Their perception and their alertness is very low.
Okay.
So they are shambling around and looking inside the buildings like before. There's more activity, but they're not like methodical. So they might glance down the alleyway, but if it's not like right in front of them or moving, they, don't seem to really notice. None of them really stop moving. They just continue moving and look at whatever they're looking at every once in a while. So their perception is really low, and you have enough time with your perception to hide from them and such. That's the same thing for you, Banthor. You notice a lot more zombie-like creatures as you get deeper into this knot of merchant buildings. But you got a 21 perception. You got plenty of time to stow away, hide, stop moving before anything sees you. That being said, there's no obvious patrols, just zombies shambling around. And what did you get, Ashura?
I got
Your,
a man.
A 7. Okay. All right. You don't notice any activity. You're trying to study the shadow portal. You don't seem to have gotten really anywhere with that, but you don't notice anything. It would be obvious if anything's coming through. So you didn't really get anywhere, but you're watching the portal to see any obvious activity. Callum, with your 14, give me a roll 2d20 for me. Sorry.
Okay. So 26
right.
or 20 and a 6.
They say 20 and a 6. To your right, which is basically going north from your position, as you're looking up and down the sub road, not the main road, as you're looking up and down the road, you notice the sign that you're looking for is some 6 buildings up, and such, and it's to to the right on the road. So it's not a main road building, but this building is right off the main road, basically. Off a secondary. So not far from where you are, some 300 or so feet from you is the building that you're looking for.
Okay. I'll tap Necra on the shoulder and point at it, and I'll motion to
Necra
Ash.
Necra is up another road, basically, another
Didn't
45
wanna
feet.
get very, very far.
Yeah, it's up another 45 feet or so. Didn't want to get you too close to the action, and wanted to keep you closer to the group and the portal and stuff. So you're not all the way up on the main road. You're just on this secondary road. So you could probably try to get her attention.
Well, it doesn't
yeah.
Necra's out there on the road. We're gonna have to go into anyway. So I'll let the others know behind me. I'll signal to them that I've found the store, and then if Necra doesn't see it and starts coming back to the alleyway, I'm right there to stop her and just like, no, we're going back out where you were.
All right. Got it. So, Necra, you can tell when you get out on the main road and look around, you can tell that you are pretty much in the center of the town. Gotcha. And so you can assume that you pretty much are at the Gemma. You can see the Capitol building is a little bit to the south and to the east of you. Doing that and seeing that the temple is over to the east of you as well. That you are either at Gemma or a little deep north of Gemma, but this market that, on that main map.
And well, and of course, as soon as I actually have the bearings, I head actually directly to back.
Yeah.
And
so as you're moving back, you can see Kellum kind of looking around, and kind of like do a double take. You're like, that's cool. You haven't. Let's say. When you turn around, you notice that Kellum is signaling to the rest of the group, and that he's found something. He turns around and he sees you coming down the road and such. As you look at Necra is to the south of you, Kellum, and the road that you're looking down is going to be to the west. So y'all need to Necra come down to you, and then y'all could go west to where that building is.
All right. And is there anything just at the portal? Is there anything beyond just a slight darkening or whatever, like to mark where it is?
So it's a swirl of shadow.
Okay.
So from a distance, you can't really see it. It's not until you get within 60 feet that that you can notice it. So you'd have to be going down this alleyway and go, okay, there it is. But from the main road, you can't really see it because it being shadow and such. It's in the shadow of a building.
All right, then kind of quick key on one of the walls. I think, and like.
All right.
A swirl and an arrow, basically.
Okay.
Like, and just in case of emergencies.
Gotcha. You can use whatever thieves can't to kind of
No, I
make
do
that
not
mark.
want it specifically where I only can read it. I want
okay,
it so
alright.
we can all.
Oh, I got you. All right. You meet back up with Kellum, and I guess he can point out down the road where y'all need to go, and we'll go from there. Get myself prepared. Where is it again? There it is.
Oh, sounds like this is going to be fun.
I do nothing. I need to make sure you have enough XP to level up. That's all.
Well, let's see. That would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 9,000 after the 25%'s been taken away.
Maybe not that much, but yeah, it's definitely yeah. I gotta find your tokens. Where are your tokens? I forgot to put your tokens on the map.
Whoa.
Alrighty. Yeah. You approach a. Is there anything you'd like to do before you head off to said tavern in? This is. Any spells or anything? As you are going to go talk to Mo Ren and her Lieutenant Johnny O.
Yeah, I'm gonna prep dancing lights now. Put them into my
Okay.
lantern.
All right.
It's nothing I can think of the prep.
Okay.
Unless Banthor wants to, pop detect magic. Yeah.
No, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to telepathically tell Kellum if things get hairy, I have protection from evil and good. So I can protect you against undead somewhat.
Okay.
Is that a individual? Put something that you put on a person?
Yes.
And I have to touch them. So
Okay. All right.
pretty much telling Kellum if you're about to get swarmed, reach out to me. I'll do
All
it
right.
again.
Or if
Alright.
you're about to run into a swarm. Let me touch you first.
Yeah, well.
Well, that didn't sound right. But anyhow,
Jenkins is
Charisma
low.
-1. I mean,
Completely platonic touch.
Yes.
alrighty. I dropped you on the map. Do y'all see? Is the lighting correct on the map? It's not all darked out or anything?
All I see
Hello,
is darkness.
darkness, my old friend.
Darkness. Okay, give me a second. I couldn't remember when I turn it on, if it turns it on for everything. So, all right. How about that? Can you see now?
Okay. Yep.
yeah, looks
All right.
good to me.
All right.
Oh.
Should be in the middle.
Let me zoom
Yep.
back in.
Oh, this is going to be not hard.
I'm also going to draw
Right.
my lights real quick.
As you approach the building, the building itself seems to be not dilapidated. It seems to be kept up with either some kind of magical means or physical means. It's a 2-story building, and the front doors are like old Western style doors. They go into a saloon, so they're half doors that swing both ways. Inside, you can hear some piano music, like from an old Western saloon, and you can see in any of the windows or the door. There's a skeleton behind the bar, and he seems to be cleaning glasses nonchalantly. And if you approach or open the door or anything, or go into the building, well, I guess you'll move your characters, or let me know.
Yeah, as we're on our approach and Kellen begins to hear the piano music, his fingers on the hilts of his blades begins to move the same way they would if he was on his bagpipes.
Okay. Good.
He's kind of like figuring out the rhythm of whatever this song is.
Yeah, it's not too joyfully. It's not ding 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 or anything like that. It's just a decent tune. As you approach the door, Johnny, you assume Johnny because he's in a dapper suit there and such. He has somewhat of a large skull, but you could tell that his features were elvish at one point. He looks up at you.
Might want to
What's that?
get the doors so that we can actually pass through them.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. I was trying to go in further, and it's like, nope.
One swinging door stuck.
Oh, I gotta go. Yeah, there we go. Go. Huh. Interesting. No.
This has been an ongoing annoyance.
Why is it like that?
I
Because
don't
it's
know.
not Fantasy Grounds.
Oh, there you go.
This map
Sorry.
just does that.
The opportunity came up.
Try now.
Yep. there we
Okay.
Sorry about that.
go. So as soon as I cleared the door, my head's on a swivel looking around to see if there's anybody else inside.
Gotcha. Give me a second to see. I can't do that here. Huh. Interesting. All right. Maybe a difficulty that we have to deal with. Let me look at. Okay. Yeah. I guess when I turned on the lighting, it turned on the walls, and the doors are goofy. I don't know.
Has Roll20 added doors that the players can manipulate? Last time I used it, they didn't have doors.
Well, they're there, but I don't see any way to. I just don't know. There's no open. There's just, wall. Transparent? I don't know. That didn't do anything really. Try to go into this room here before we move along.
Nope, can't make it.
All right.
That's fine. I seem to recall leaving a few things in the hat check the last time we were in messing with this map.
All right. If we have issue, I'll fix issues as they arise and such, instead of trying to go through all the doors and manipulating them.
They did add doors. I didn't.
But those
It's been
two
a long time
doors,
since I used it.
yeah. But these three doors, you can go through now. There are a couple others and stuff, but we'll get to that when we get to it. So we'll worry about that later. All right. Johnny O looks up and customers. Haven't had those in a while.
Well, I imagine not.
Well, let me restate that. Those who are alive, we haven't had customers in a while. There we go. You're putting your lights out?
No, I'm trying to get them onto my token so that they're hidden. Or not hidden,
Gotcha.
but with my tokens still. So
Gotcha.
they got disconnected for some reason.
Yeah. Can you group?
I've got them selected with my token now.
Hold on. All right.
What is-
Now move your token. Just grab your token.
Just my token?
Mhm.
Let me get the right
Yeah.
connected. Yeah, but they keep moving around on my token.
Yeah. So
Somehow.
when you want to change that, just let me know and I'll take that off.
Okay.
Basically, I grouped them with your token, and I can ungroup them.
Yeah. Well, I was able to select them all as a group. I
Well, I
just did
guess,
something
yeah.
at some point that made them
Yeah,
not select
I got you.
correctly.
All right, I'll ungroup it then. I got you. All right. They should be. They're ungrouped. So, but
Okay.
yeah, if you select them all, yeah, you can move them together. Okay.
Yep.
Johnny looks at you as individuals. He stares at you, Necra, for a while, and then grins. Ah, okay, that's cute, and sets down a mug in front of the three of you. Kellum, you don't seem to be approaching the bar directly, so
No.
he just kind of gives you a wary eye and holds up a cup. Do you want one?
Kellum just sits down in the chair he's at, facing the door,
Got it.
and remains silent.
All right. Well, what brings y'all into my humble? Well, excuse me. And he kind of looks up the stairs. Okay, she didn't hear. My lady's humble establishment.
Depends. What's on draft?
Well, it depends on who's drinking it, but for you, I'll pour off something this. And he pours off a beer and sets it in front of you. Pours two more, and sets them once in front of each of you. I see, Ashura, you haven't fully made it to the bar, or are you at the bar or not?
Mm,
Oh, that's right. Ashura doesn't have control. What you
Yeah.
want to do? Banthor and Necra have. Banthor and Necra have. I forgot.
I was
Swagger.
muted. Yeah, she'd go up to the bar.
Okay.
All right.
So Necra's on one side, Banthor's on the other. The three of you swagger up to the bar and are served 3 beers. Kellum is sitting at a table kind of in between you and the door and the bar, with his eyes mostly on the door, but keeping a good watch around.
My
You would have noticed him pausing and looking up the stairs and such.
yeah.
so
I've got that in my sight too. I've also got my right foot on this table in such a way that if something comes through that door to hostile, the table's going to go flying right at the door and create a barricade for us.
Sounds fun. Battlefield control. Got to make sure you do it. Yeah.
Yep.
So Johnny sets the 3 beers in front of you, picks up another glass and starts cleaning it. So what brings you into our establishment? Well, he says my establishment first, and then corrects himself and says my lady.
Well, actually,
What?
this is Ashra's gig.
Well, we're kind of in search for a certain item that we think your lady. She also corrects herself. And may have. Maybe speak of making a trade or negotiating with her for it.
Oh, my lady has many things. She's been here for a while. Well, as far as I can remember, at least. What are you looking for in particular?
Certain stone.
He goes erect, and so, what were you looking for?
Oh, he does what now?
He basically interrupts you, and when
He
you start to
stands up
say
straighter.
you're looking for a stone, and stammers and says, "What were you looking for?"
Oh, okay. I thought so. I was like, make sure I got that correct.
Very surprised, scared, and looking around, and glances up the stairs again, and such. He's very nervous as soon as you, say stone, and such.
Okay. Yeah, so catching that quickly, she's any type of trinkets that she may be willing to part with.
Oh, yes, yes. My lady has dealings with the techno dwarfs in the mountains, and she also has some dealings with the Horde Master. We try to stay away from the Wailing Witch, but we have some items. Yeah. Is there any? You were looking for? Anything in any? He's having a problem to saying like exactly what you were looking for. How can I say this? You're not looking for a particular stone. You're just looking for stones, right?
Right. Any type of unique gems or stones of those nature. She's kind of going along with it.
Gotcha. He leans in a little bit and are you talking about these stones of power?
Gives a curt nod.
I hope you're not looking for a very particular stone.
Is that an issue?
Well, and you hear from up the stairs in a joyful kind of flat tone, though. Johnny O, do we have customers? She has a very unique accent, something you haven't heard before, something I can't pull off. It's more of a Oriental accent, or that's probably a very un-PC word to use. Asian, Japanese, Chinese, something like that. Japanese accent. There we go. To be more specific. There we go. My apologies. Didn't mean to step in my old man persona. So a Japanese accent and such. There we go. Should have said that more often. More straightforward. Yes. So she calls out from the second floor. Johnny O, do we have some customers? He stammers a little bit and says, yes, my lady. It seems these individuals have come looking for stones. Maybe stones in particular. I don't know. I don't know. And he stammers for a while and walking down the stairs. I'll make it a little bit bigger. There's a lady in a kimono, long white hair, obvious makeup on, and stuff. That traditional makeup that they would wear. She has two skulls that are floating at each shoulder, one at each shoulder. They look at the group. The skulls look at the group with intent, and they're basically staring down your skulls. If you looking or piercing through you glances. In each turn, they'll look at each individual one at a time and kind of get what you consider they're reading you. They're examining you. You can almost feel it as an itching kind of quality as these skulls are looking at you and bearing down their perception upon you. She doesn't look at the group at all and stands at the top of the stairs and looks at Johnny-O and says, what are they looking for in particular? He stammers a little bit and looks at you, Ashura. What are you looking for? He says in a squeaky voice.
Just any type of gems or trinkets, unique type of stones. I'm a bit of a collector.
I see. Yes. Good. She bows a little bit, not very, far, just a little nod bow and such. And she reaches into her cloak and pulls out a dagger. This dagger has a yellow stone on the hilt. It's kind of glowing and crackling. You see her expression change to one of unpleasantry. She takes the dagger and slams it into the... No, sorry. You wouldn't happen to be sent here by my husband, would you?
Who?
Oh,
My husband.
don't know your husband? Didn't even know you were married, madam.
Well, we didn't quite get married, but I still call him my husband.
Well,
He didn't send you here?
point still stands.
Don't know
We
who
weren't-
he is.
We weren't sent by anyone.
But you're still looking for this stone, though, yes?
We're looking for a stone, yes.
A stone of power.
Perhaps.
That has this particular quality of lightning and energy, she says threateningly.
Well, I mean, if you want to get specific, you're not too far off.
I knew it! My husband did send you here. You see the two skulls kind of turn their head and look at her like, eh? Like, they're totally questioning what she's just saying. But you can see that her rocker is falling off. She's losing it, going into insanity. And the ball starts to crackle on the end of the hilt.
Do you know of
Is that
another
a-
one? Another stone like that?
Another stone like this? Like my stone?
Yes.
Why? Does he want to make another ring out of it and try to enchant me with it? Never. He can never have me.
Madam, we don't know the problems you're having with your husband and name or
Said he's not my husband, and she slams down the dagger on the side of the handles. What do you call them?
Handrails.
Thank you. And lightning kind of strikes out and hits the building. All the windows and the doors on the outside clang, 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 clang. You hear this from the upstairs, downstairs, your floor, and you even hear some large clanging from underneath. The building seems to shimmer and start to grow. And the stairs and the walls start to move upwards, gaining height. She's now 10 feet above you, 20 feet now, where she was only 10 feet, as the walls kind of go up. And simultaneously, as this is happening, you hear outside a bunch of noises you've never heard before. It sounds like a bunch of motorcycles.
I was gonna say, is there a biker convention?
Kellerman
Oh,
kicks the table over to the door.
All right. You kick the table to the door, and it wedges here in between in this entryway. pretty solidly. It's a little bit bigger than is pictured on there. And you hear this rumbling noise as the walls kind of keep ascending foot by foot as she's going 13 feet, 14 feet, 24 feet.
I Eldritch Blaster.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I'm just gonna blast. Like,
All right.
yeah, don't know what she's doing, but we need to stop this.
That is a nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay.
Yes, it is. All right.
Okay. As you sling out your Eldritch Blast, and it goes to strike the Marin, one of these skeletal heads flies in front of it and takes the shot. Roll your damage.
4 damage. I need to get
Okay.
more luck leveled up and get more damage there.
All right. So
Since it has a to hit, I'm going to crit to hit one spells. I think they just have, one individual that they're hitting and such.
so
You would have
14.
two being at this point.
Yeah, I got 2 beams. That's just the first
Okay.
one.
All right, so the first beam strikes the skull for 14 points of force damage.
All right.
Right, because that's the max.
17 to hit her with the second beam.
Okay. The other skull, the first one you hit is still flying around, but kind of flies off a little bit, and is not encircling her currently. The other one flies in front of that bolt and is hit for 1 point of force damage. And it kind of flies off, to the side, not directly around her. Anybody following suit?
did you want to hit her first, Asha, or shall I do mine?
You go ahead.
All right. You know the arrow.
Oh my god! All right.
Well, I was
no,
hoping-
that's good. Yeah, no, it's all good.
I was trying for a diplomatic approach.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna pop my freaking inspiration for this one.
Yeah. Just to remind you, everybody has inspiration. Okay, 21. Good. The first goal that you hit tries to get out in front, but doesn't quite get there by the time the arrow strikes. Roll your damage. So that's 10 piercing and 8 radiant.
Mm-hmm.
I make all the damage is the radiant damage. So 18 radiant damage. All right. So that's to get 36.
And as the arrow's flying, I'm like, we were trying for a diplomatic approach to this.
All right. You strike Morin with the radiant arrow. It strikes the wall behind her as it goes through her cloak. There you go. But it did obviously cause her damage as she screeches in pain and looks down upon you with evil intent, or mad intent, excuse me. Her eyes have gone all googly, Looney Tune style, and she is her stature is straight and formal, but her eyes are crazy.
Yeah. So looking at this, there's no way of reaching her. Basically, like like conversation is pretty much over. You know.
Yeah, you could tell that she has gone in a state of madness.
Okay. Well, then in that case, 17 to hit.
All right. That hits. What you doing?
Firebolt.
Firebolt. Okay. Roll your-
7.
All right.
7 fire.
Like before, it passes through her, but you could tell that it does hit her.
Okay. It's like, Madam, we are no strangers to using force, and if you cannot calm yourself, we will take you down.
She cackles and just says, "Wait, you will see." Banthor, anything from you?
How good is this beer I've been sipping on?
That does remind me. Did anybody drink the beer outside of Banthor?
Nope.
No.
Okay. Banthor, you have 2 inspirations. Don't matter. You could tell other people, but
so just I got the inspiration from drinking it.
yes.
I got this. Okay.
So you have 2 points of inspiration.
Okay. I'll take that is a sign that it is quite tasty. I'm just gonna knock the rest of it back.
All right.
Neatly put
You
it-
all see
neatly put it on the
Banthor
bar.
chug.
And then I guess I'll go for an Eldritch Blast as well.
Okay. You spend your action chugging. How about that?
I'm perfectly okay with that.
All right.
Action well spent. Yeah, nothing else. I'll just hang out at the bar.
Alrighty. Get everybody to roll initiative. Pick your token and then roll.
Oh yeah, that's
I
one of the
forgot
best
the
initiatives
tokens.
I've had in a while. And just because it's funny.
I rolled a 27. No, 23. And I forgot to click my tokens.
I get it. Astura?
18. It's not bad actually for me. So,
No.
Still waiting on the other 2, but that's fine. Though I am kind of
Goodness.
hoping that he decides to just duck, since we've been like, hey, we're trying to be friendly here.
Oh, they're taking away initiative on the character sheet. I said they've taken away initiative on the monster sheets.
Really? That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Huh, that's weird. Let me do this another way and make sure. Yeah, I don't see it anyway. Interesting. Alright, I'll do it this way. Alright. Let's see, Necra or Ashura? Necra, most likely.
Yeah,
Well, I've got 14 decks. You've got what?
2. Well, 12. I got 14 also. I got a +2, I'm saying. But Necro will go before me.
Yeah.
All right.
If you want.
I'm putting this orange token. Oops, wrong button. Orange token on Morin to state that she is like 30 feet up in the air, basically. So these stairs have grown 30 feet, and as such, as the whole of this floor is basically just stretched. The walls have stretched up 20 feet by the time Banthor starts his initiative. And outside, you hear the rumbling has stopped, and you hear the clitter clatter of feet, basically like shoes. Knights' shoes on the ground and stuff. You hear them outside, all around you. You can even hear some clamoring on the walls, and some noise starting upstairs. Banthor.
30 feet up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put the glass on the bar. Like, keep your head down, Johnny. I might want another one of those. And then I go and attempt to Eldritch Blast.
All right,
over there.
go for it.
Where are you?
Button, where's the button?
I don't
Right.
Let me find the bell. There you are. And a second. What was the ABV
inspiration?
Yeah, I'll pop one of them. One of the inspirations.
Using the inspiration. All right, 18, that hits.
Okay.
For 1 point of force damage. Alrighty. Any movement or bonus action?
You have 2 beams.
Yeah, he shot 2 beams. He rolled an 8, and then for the first beam, and then a 13 for the second, and then used inspiration on the second.
Oh, okay.
Is that
Oh, I didn't
is that
see
correct? Is that correct?
The one bolt missed, and then the other one I re-rolled inspiration to hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right,
No,
got it.
I'll stay put.
Necra.
And 5, 10, 15, 20. And double check, is this action, bonus action? Okay, it's a bonus action. Alright. Bamf. And pull the short sword.
So you used your movement, bonus action, and so I guess you, go for it. You have an action.
So, let's see how well this works.
18. All right, that hits. So, do you meet any of the sneak attack? You don't have advantage.
I don't have advantage. I don't have anybody. So,
Got it.
yeah.
9?
Well,
okay.
Technically, I could. Well, it wouldn't mean anything till I get the extra attack, but with the weapon mastery stuff, yes, I could potentially get an advantage from the short sword, just because of the effects.
Is that a 2024 weapon mastery is what you're talking about?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. We can get into that at some point.
Yes. But it doesn't mean anything yet, because I can't use it.
Got it. Okay. 9 points. All right. Okay. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it for you, right?
Yep.
Alrighty. Shura.
All right. We're going to. Let's see, she's 30 feet up. We're going to summon the hand. The bonus
All right.
action. And swing the hand. She's going to try to slap some Sentinel. So let's see. Whoop. Come on. That is a 13. We are going to.
You can roll with advantage.
Okay.
Because you're with Dicra.
21.
All right, that hits.
8 force damage.
Okay.
Alright, and as my action, going to launch a firebolt. Let's see. If it'll roll. That's a nat on that.
All right. Roll your damage.
So, yeah, let's see, 32. Let's see. 40 plus 32, 72.
Yeah, almighty. That's a lot of math. So you strike Morin with this critical firebolt. No. Yeah. There we go. Thank you. She. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. We're in the. This is a different round. Okay. One of the skulls flies out in front of it, and you obliterate the skull, but she doesn't take the hit. There we go. I forgot she had the for a second. So she just has one of these skulls flying around. But that one, instead of her taking that, the skull took it. Sorry to take that away from you, but
No,
at least now you don't have to
hey.
worry about that anymore,
Yeah.
or at least one of those anymore.
That's fine. It still did something. No.
Yeah, it is definitely has weakened her as such. So,
All right. Asha's gonna look to see if she can find cover from her.
so there's Johnny O on the other side of the bar. Kellum has just kicked the table in front of the passageway here. You could move over towards Kellum. If you wanted to, basically getting closer to him, you could, y'all could kind of talk a little bit, like, where do you want to go, or kind of thing like that, stuff. So
Yeah,
I'll allow y'all to communicate some in between your turns and such. So if you want to say, which way we going or anything like that, or blah. So.
Seeing Ashura look around after making her attack, Kellum will actually say, Ashura, get behind me. As he's walking forward from his position with a very sly smile on his face.
All right. She'll move behind him then.
And you could probably move to right there. It would be fine because Kellum will be moving forward out to this area.
Okay.
And that'll be behind him in the transition as we walk.
All right. That'll be her then.
Alrighty, Kellum.
All right, Kellum's going to move forward to there. He's going to Eldritch Blast. Both beams are aiming for the lady. One at a time. All right, there's a 24.
Okay. That's a hit.
For 7 damage.
All right.
Now, did that hit her, or did her skull take it?
It hit her.
Hadar's grasp.
Oh, nice.
She comes 10 feet in a straight line towards me, but because she is also above, that means she comes down in a diagonal path towards me.
Got it.
Nice.
And I do believe, I looked up the description, I do believe that means if that Mage Hand and Necra are on her level, she is moving out of their engagement, they get attacks of opportunity.
If I think when you read reaction, it says
spiritual weapon can't take reactions. Yeah.
Okay.
And then secondly, I think it has to be a willing movement.
Yeah,
It
can't be
doesn't say
forced
anything about
movement.
willingly.
No. She can't take. You can't take opportunity attacks against forced movement.
Which is silly, but I kind of see it because it just happens instead of you seeing the person getting ready to move and then moving, kind of thing. All of a sudden, yank, and stuff. So
yeah, that's like fine print they got at the bottom of the whole description. It's like, oh, all this, and then there's a little disclaimer. Yeah. All right.
But maybe next time you could say, "Hey, Necra, get ready."
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Second bolt.
All right. Oh,
7.
Hold on. Oh yeah, 7. That's a miss. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. And is it fall damage is D6?
D6 for every 10 feet.
All right.
She hit the ground?
Yes.
I thought she was 30 feet up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you pulled her
10
out.
feet.
Yeah.
Right from the stairwell.
Yeah. From the stairs, so she's gonna fall partly down the stairs.
So she
From
wasn't
the
floating.
No.
I thought she was floating. Man.
No. The whole building is extending.
Okay. My bad.
So you you pulled her off the
it's
stairwell and she fell. So,
Yeah, she fell, and she's prone.
yeah. So she is laying on the floor, face down, unceremoniously, and her skeleton, her skeleton head is still floating in front of Necra.
All right.
You get yanked away from her, position, basically.
I will also, with my bonus action, I will release my lights.
Okay.
Do we have skeletons coming up towards the front over here yet?
Yes.
Or just hear them?
As you were, you kicked the chair over here, and outside, you notice a group of skeletons headed towards the door.
Okay. So my lights will move over to this area. They will be weaving and bobbing and just in constant motion around each other, kind of forming a circle. Have you ever seen those people that go out with they light the end of a rope and they just spin it around and then take a picture?
Yeah.
Kind of like that effect.
Camera effect, yeah.
Okay.
With
The fire dancers.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So you're trying to move them around quickly, so they're creating tracers.
Yep. And for the moment, it's just like a whole distraction thing to try and keep these skeletons distracted for the moment.
Got it.
And then I will action surge, and I will Eldritch Blast her again.
Got it.
24.
Is that the 24 rule? Or hold on for a second.
No, that's an old thing.
No,
Oh, okay.
Huh?
You get your action again, which he can cast a spell again. Now I will admit she's prone, and you're doing a ranged attack, so that will be a disadvantage.
Or
10?
you can come again.
10?
A 10 would miss.
Okay.
Actually, from your position, she's behind this,
Okay, could
so
I
you would be able to see her.
stand up onto the bar?
Yeah. As you stand up on the bar, you notice that Johnny-O is grabbing 2 katanas.
Okay. So if I stand up on the bar before I cast my second Eldritch Blast, would that 24 hit? Because if I
yeah.
can't see her, then I wouldn't have cast it anyway.
Right. That's what. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say is, from that position you had, you couldn't see her. You
Okay.
stand up here and getting ready to fire at Morin. You can see her there, but you also notice that Johnny-O is pulling out 2 scimitars. 2 katanas.
All right. So I'll do the Eldritch Blast, the 24 against her.
Okay.
Here's that damage. 8 damage, and I'll Hadar's Grasp again. And let's see, what was that distance? Before you move her.
So
I wanna
hold on
check
for a second.
something.
You can I ask
25.
you a question? You only hit her once. You have 2 bolts. You didn't need to use your action surge.
No,
So
I did my second bolt from the first action was a 7, so it didn't hit anything.
okay. All right.
So it was, the
Well-
original cast was 24 with 7
That brought her
damage
to
and then
the
a 7.
4.
Yeah, the
Okay,
24 brought
alright.
her to the 4. And then a 7 on the D20, that was a miss. And then now I got another 24
All right.
with 8 damage and Hadar's Grasp.
Okay.
So another
Oh.
10 feet towards me. And yeah, the second bolt, seeing what was his name, Johnny-O?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, second bolt's going at his head. Do
Alrighty.
you want me to roll, or do you want to take that 10 that I rolled?
You can roll.
Okay.
We'll do that. Normally, in melee, you would have a disadvantage for range spells, but you're also on the bar, so
Yeah.
I won't impose that.
All right. Does a 8 hit?
Because there's some different distance, and he doesn't have the same. 8? Yeah, that's going to miss.
Okay, I will inspiration that one.
Okay.
17.
17 that hits.
For 2 damage and repel.
Nice.
Yeah.
And he's prone. All right, got it.
So yeah, I'm not doing a ton of damage with the Eldritch Blast, but it is a nice control with repel and grasp on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's Kellum.
Alrighty.
That's nice.
Morin takes the time to stand up and looks up the stairs and scoffs that Necra and the hand are there. Peers around the room and moves over here. And Ashura, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
While
Oh no,
Shura's doing that.
the dagger is where you are, Necra.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the dagger's still
Did drop
there
it.
because she
She
stabbed
embedded it. Yeah, she embedded it into the railing there, and that changed everything. So
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
what Archer was going to get Nicholas to hey, dagger's still right there. Grab that.
All right. So Duck.
Let's see. Dex save. Let's see.
as Morin gathers energy, black energy, and casts it at you, it's just 2 balls of shadow are hurling towards you.
19.
Okay. All right. So you sidestep behind Banthor as the 2 balls zing past you and hit the wall. And basically necrotic energy just eats away at the wall there and such on the far end. In between the 2 fireplaces.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
She hisses at you with her wild, mad eyes, and turns around as if she went, "Oh shit! I forgot the dagger's up there." Excuse my language. Sorry, I forgot. Oh darn! I forgot the dagger was up there. My apologies. And starts running back up the stairs with uneasy, a very fast movement. She
Don't forget it took half her movement to stand up. So.
right. And this is another action that she's
Oh,
taking. Doing one of her legendary actions and running up the stairs. She made it 20 feet up the stairs, so she's not all the way there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the green dot is she's 20 feet up, so she's 10 feet below you, Necra.
All right. So.
Um, Yeah, she's done, and
Leave her, Johnny. Leave her.
let me get these layers in here.
There's quite a group of skeletons there.
Such would be a very good time to have on turn undead.
Hey, yeah. If only one of us was a cleric.
Hmm.
Or paladin.
Necra, from upstairs, you can hear movement coming your way. Basically, if you look on the top floor, well, it says, oh yeah, first floor. Okay, so there's ground floor and then first floor. If you're basically right there where my ping is, and these guys are rounding the bend and coming down the stairwell.
Yes,
These
pleasant noises are coming. Yeah.
I do have to say, time check.
yeah. I'm just gonna pile these people in, and then we'll stop it here. These guys meld through the wall and come into the inn, and then these guys do the same thing. They meld into the wall or through the wall and come in from in between the fireplaces. And you hear ruckus on the outside from where the bar is and such. But they it sounds like a lot of them were scurrying up the building, not so much going through. So Johnny O stands up. Retrieves his katanas. 5, 10, 15. Gonna try to see if I can push him a little bit further. No, 9. All right. He's going to do a jump, fly over you, Kellum, and strike at you. You will get a opportunity attack, Kellum.
Okay.
Give me a moment. And both those rolling 13s. 21, does that hit?
21 hits.
Alrighty. You take 12 fire damage.
Okay, what if I have resistance to that?
And you take half.
All right. And then 13 on the opportunity attack.
That misses. So he basically, does a somersault over you, attacks you with his swords, and then lands on the ground here and turns around to face you. There are 5 feet in between you, but as he was flying over you and landing on the ground, you got your attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Alrighty. So when we come back, it'll be Vanthor's turn. We have these well-dressed skeletons with I forgot, Kato mask on. And they have all entered the building, and you hear, stuff upstairs, Necra, as well. Any questions before we cut this?
How's she looking?
How is she looking?
Yeah, if that firebolt would have hit, that would have been very bad. So she's, you can start seeing, holes and places on her, damn it, kimono. and such. And when you do that, you could see like through to the other side. So it only seems that she has like a head, kind of upper torso, and arms, and maybe feet. You haven't really seen any feet, so it might just be this head thing with the kimono on it, basically flying around doing stuff.
Headshots only, guys.
But you could tell that, you know, when you're hitting her and causing these holes in her kimono and stuff, that you are, you know, damaging her. It strikes her. She, you know, acts out in pain and things like that.
Okay.
So she's not quite wounded, but she's getting there.
All right. Yeah, that's it for me. I've got to get going here. Pretty
Yeah,
quick.
sorry, I looked at it earlier and then kind of, the last 20 minutes. Sorry. Actually, 30 minutes. Any questions, grapes, or anything else?
No.
Alrighty. Well,
That's
thank
only-
you everybody for watching and or listening afterwards. Y'all have a good one. We are going to return in a couple weeks and see if we can take this dagger from Mo Run.
Oh, we got it. Won't be a problem.
All right. Later, guys.
All right. We'll see everybody later. Have a good one.